Hey, what's up guys? Con here with Rideshare Tips. So are you thinking about becoming a Lyft or an Uber driver, but you're just a little bit too nervous to do your first trip? Well, don't worry, because in today's video, I'm gonna help you feel more comfortable before hitting the road with these top 10 Uber tips on doing your first trip. Let's do it. So let's get right into it with tip number 1. Pick a time and a place where you know there's not going to be a lot of traffic out. Passengers are more than likely to not be in a rush during these hours, which buys you enough time to miss an exit or miss a street or miss a turn. You're going to do it. It's going to happen eventually. If you don't drive during rush hour, however, passengers, they won't get mad at you because they're not in a rush anywhere, so it makes sense. Pick a time and a place where there's not going to be a lot of cars on the road. Which brings me into tip number 2. Know your city. Know how to navigate through it, and if you don't, it's okay. Learn how to use your navigation system. Whether you're using Google Maps or Waze, figure out how to use that app before you start driving for Uber because that's what you're going to be relying on for directions 90% of the time. I actually did a video earlier talking about what's better for Uber, Google Maps or Waze. Links in the description below, guys, if you want to check that out. Tip number 3. Have a phone mount. Guys, I can't stress this one enough. First of all, if you don't have a phone mount, your phone's gonna be down on your lap while you're looking at directions. First of all, that's not safe. Second of all, you're guaranteed to get a 1-star rating if you do this. Buy a phone mount, guys. Seriously, they're about like 10 bucks for a decent one on Amazon. Order yourself one, do us all a favor. Tip number 4 is to have a clean car. Guys, remember, the very first impression the passenger is gonna get on you is the outside of your car. So make sure you wash it, make sure you vacuum the inside, make sure you Windex all the windows, make sure it's sparkling clean. Imagine if you were the passenger and getting into someone's car and it's filthy on the inside. You're not gonna have a pleasant time and you're gonna give them a bad rating. So clean your car before you hit the road. Tip number 5 is don't be afraid to tell the passenger that they are your first passenger. I remember I did this back when I was doing my first Uber trips, and it helped a lot because it buys you some leeway in case you miss an exit or a turn somewhere. They're gonna understand where you're coming from. They're gonna say, hey, it's his first day on the job, let's cut him a break here. And honestly, they might be happy to hear it too. They're gonna feel honored. Something special happened to them today. It's like doing it for your first time. Do you remember both you and your partner were nervous, but in the end, you got paid for it anyways? How did I get into talking about being a gigolo? Which leads me into tip number 6. Don't be afraid to ask your passenger for some advice. If they had some good rides or some bad rides, ask them how drivers can improve and what makes them feel better about it. If they tell you to have candy and water in the gum, don't listen to them, it's not worth it. But they've done several trips and they know what a good driver and a bad driver is, so don't be shy to ask them. They're gonna know it's your first day and they'll be happy to help you out. All right guys, tip number 7 is go into it in a good mood and feeling comfortable. What you wanna do is put on some nice clothes, something you feel comfortable in, something that you can drive in all day, and when you get in the car, adjust the temperature to your personal preference, what's gonna help you feel better. And turn on some good music, guys. You're gonna be driving around all day. Don't drive in silence. This should be a stress-free drive, okay? You should do whatever you have to do to feel comfortable. Tip number 8, if the passenger doesn't wanna talk to you, don't take it personally. There's gonna be a lot of times where a passenger just wants to get from point A to point B and doesn't wanna have a conversation. Everyone has bad days, guys. Don't feel like it's something you did or that it's you. Don't take it personally, seriously. I'd say close to half of my rides are silent. Here's what I would recommend. When the person gets in the car, you just say, hey, how's it going? Like, how's your day or whatever. Start a little conversation. If they give you a bad response, that's your cue. This guy doesn't want to talk. He just wants to get to where he's going, and I'm gonna do my job and do that for him. It's nothing against you. Some people just aren't as outgoing. All right, tip number 9 is don't ask for a 5-star rating at the end of your trip. I know there's a lot of Uber drivers out there that do this, and honestly, it's probably causing them more harm than it is doing good for them. When you ask for a 5-star rating, you're coming off as desperate and needy. It's like when you're dating somebody and you have to ask them, hey, you like me, right? You see what I mean? It's weird, don't do it. And last but certainly not least, tip number 10 is do not do Uber Pool for your first couple of trips. Uber Pool is one of those things where nobody really likes it. Passengers don't like it, Uber drivers especially don't like it, and if you're doing this as your first trip, it's gonna be a lot more stressful than it has to be, and it's more work. You're gonna be doing multiple pickups, multiple drop-offs. Sometimes your passengers aren't gonna get along with one another, and it's just, you get like anxious about it. It's like weird. Nobody wants to be in the car with a stranger. So I wouldn't recommend it, guys. Stay away from it. If the Uber pool request comes in, I would just ignore it, wait for an Uber X request to come in, and then get on that. All right, so that's it, guys. That is my top 10 Uber tips on doing your first couple of trips. Guys, I really wish you all have a smooth learning curve with this. I hope you pick it up quick, and I hope you make a lot of money and meet some cool people on the way. And if you haven't yet signed up to become a Lyft or an Uber driver, I have some referral links in the description down below. If you use those codes, you get a sign-on bonus when you do. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. I do videos on Lyft and Uber and how to make more buck for your bang. All right, guys, drive safe. I'll see you out there on the road.